guys, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. So many of you on Instagram have been messaging me about this makeup that I've been doing recently and asked if I would do a little bit of a tutorial and talk you through the products that I'm using. So that is what today's video is. So if you want to see how I achieved this look, then keep on watching. And if you are new and you've just clicked on this video for the first time, then please make sure you hit subscribe because I will be doing more makeup videos coming up very soon. Okay, so we're going to prime the skin now, and the one that I've been using just now, the spray primer, is the Mario Badescu. I think that's how we're saying it. And this is a facial spray with aloe herbs and rose water. It's so calming and so hydrating, so I absolutely love using this. I'm just going to spray this all over my skin. And then I'm also going to take the Charlotte Tilbury's Charlotte's Magic Cream and pop this sort of in my cheek area because I find that quite dry. So I'm just going to put this on my cheeks. And then also on my forehead as well, because these are the areas that I get really dry. And then as if that wasn't enough priming, I'm going to go in with the Primark PS Instagirl #NoFilter priming oil. So I'm just going to take a few little drops of this and put it on my cheeks and nose, just so that my makeup looks really dewy. So literally just a couple of little drops. Cool, so once that's dried down, I'm going to take my ultimate favourite foundation. I absolutely adore this. If you've followed me for a while, you know that this is my absolute holy grail, and it is the Urban Decay Naked Skin in the shade 4. I think this is my 5th or 6th one. I just love it, but the thing is, it's not as full coverage as what I would love it to be, so I'm going to mix it with the MAC Pro Longwear foundation, and I've got this in the shade NC37. I'll leave everything linked for you so you can go and get it if you like the look of it. But yeah, the combo of these two is just gorgeous. This is really lightweight and watery and more of a liquid foundation, and this one is more sort of like heavier, thicker, full coverage. So yeah, this combo is the best ever. And to blend that out, I'm going to take my Real Techniques brush. I think this is just called a buffing brush, and it's the number 300 brush. This came in the set of the metallics range, so that was my favourite one from it. So yeah, love this. I'm just going to use that to blend it all into my skin. I've not done any tan recently, so I feel just so pale just now, so I'm going to have to take this down my neck as well, but I really need to get my tan on. The only thing is, because the wedding's coming up, I don't want to keep tanning in case there's like a build up and it doesn't look nice on the wedding day, so I've been trying to avoid all my tanning products because I've got my hen in 2 weeks time, and then I've obviously got the wedding like 2 or 3 weeks after that, so I don't want to be caking up the tan and then having to like really try and exfoliate it all off, because I will just end up a big scaly mess. Cool, so I've got a couple of little breakouts because the last couple of nights I've not taken my makeup off properly because I've been so tired, and that's what happened. So I'm going to just cover up this little one here with my Rimmel Wake Me Up concealer. I've got this in the shade Soft Beige number 40, and it's just this one here, so I'm going to just take that on a couple of the spots that I've got just to try and cover them up a little bit. And I'm actually going to use this to conceal as well, so I'm just going to take it underneath my eyes. The only thing is, I don't find this light enough for me, this concealer. I really should have gone for a lighter shade, plus it's not as yellow toned as I would like it to be. It's quite salmony, which is good for kind of erasing the under eye bags, but I would have preferred it to be a bit more yellow. Okay, so once I'm done, I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. I've got it in the shade medium, but I'm going to take the Banana Cream on my brush, just the one that I was using there, and then take that under my eyes because that's the kind of colour I was really needing. So I'm just going to pat that under my eyes, and then I'm just going to try and blend that nicely so that it's not got any crease marks. And then we're going to set it using my absolute favourite setting powder. Like literally this stuff is amazing, and I'm going to show you it because you will not believe how cheap it is. Now, I actually seen this on Beauty Bay and thought it can't be that good. I went on, looked at some reviews, and I seen that Kathleen Lights had done a review on it because her makeup artist friend said it's the best thing ever. And it is the RCMA. This is the no colour powder, not translucent, it's no colour. I didn't know there was a difference, but there is. No colour powder. And this is one of the smaller bottles. But who's getting through that? Actually, who's going to finish that? It is just amazing. It's so big. So I'm just going to take my Real Techniques beauty blender, pop in the smaller side, and we're just going to bake that underneath the eyes. So I'm just going to press this on. Now this stuff, in my opinion, is so much better than the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Like, that's how good it is. It is amazing and it's so affordable. I think it's like £11. I think it might be cheaper than that, you know. It's like a tenner and it is amazing. So I'm just going to leave that like that, and then I'm going to go on and do the rest of my face makeup and then do my eyes, and then I'll take that off once it's all baked on there so we don't get any creasing. And while that's doing its thing, I'm going to go back in with my contour cream kit. I'm going to use the shade Chocolate and Cinnamon, so that's the bottom two here, the more kind of like warm toned one, and then the really cool brown. So I'm going to start off with the warmer toned one and just put it on my Real Techniques brush. This one is just the contour brush, it comes in the little kit. So I'm just going to go higher than my cheekbone so that we're kind of getting a more higher cheekbone effect, and then I'm going to blend that down because sometimes I start it too low and then my face looks really weird. So yeah, I'm going to just buff that into my skin. I much prefer using a cream contour. I know it's easier sometimes and quicker to just use a powder, but using a cream actually makes it look a little bit more natural. So I'm going to just take that and blend it nice into the corner of my lips. And then up onto the side of my head just to get that kind of more sun-kissed look. And I love this kind of look coming up to like the spring summer because it just looks so nice and summery. I'm going to take a little bit and end my nose just now. I know I do it in such a weird order. See, when I'm doing makeup on camera I always think that's the weirdest order you're doing that in. So yeah, again, just another side. In real time, this makeup takes me about 15 or 20 minutes, not any longer than that. In fact, probably more towards 15 minutes than anything. But when you're doing it in front of the camera, it always takes so much longer because you're stopping to chat and you're actually trying to like slow down a little bit so people can see what you're doing. Whereas when I'm doing it, I'm like so fast all over the place, can't keep up. I've also been loving using the Warm Coral cream blush on this because it's just so pretty. So I'm going to take some of that and just put it on my cheeks. I'm just going to set that down with my MAC Studio Care Blend Pressed Powder. I've got this in the shade medium dark. I like medium better, but they never had any medium left, so I got medium dark, which is not very good when you're not very tanned, but you know what, it's actually quite nice just to blend it in. It's not like a crazy dark powder. You can just use it on its own, but I like it just to set what I've already done. Then taking my Morphe contour kit, I'm going to go in with this shade here. Not sure what colour it is, but it's like a nice sort of like warm cinnamon tone. So I'm going to take some of that onto my brush, which is the Sigma Large Angled Contour Brush F40. And I'm just going to tap that off and then just take that along my contour that I've just done, just to kind of blend that in and also to set it. Also a little bit on the end of my nose. And then if you really want to get a nice chiseled contour line, then just go back in with that RCMA powder on a little beauty blender and just take it literally down. Okay, now you're going to look hella crazy. Wearing black jeans doing this was a bad idea. Bad idea. Right, on to les yeux. I need to go in and do some kind of eye. And my go-to palette at the moment has been the Morphe 350 Nature Glow Matte palette because the colours are just beautiful. That is just heaven of colours, is it not? You get really good light tones, really nice transition ones, nice warm tones, and also some really good darks as well. So yeah, really it's got a lot of good colours. Oh, that one looks really khaki on camera, but it's not. Weird. But anyway, I'm going to just go in with one of the lighter tones, really anyone will do, just to mattify down my eye before we start blending in. I'm just taking my Sigma tapered blending brush and I'm just going to mattify my whole eye down using the very lightest colour in the palette. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to go in with a nice warm tone, and the one that I've kind of been reaching for most has actually been this nice warm orangey tone here. So it's 3 from the top, and I'm just going to dip in to that one very lightly, just tapping in, and I'm using my Morphe E30 brush, and it's really nice and fluffy and big. So I'm going to take that and just press it into the crease and then work it up towards my brow bone. This is going to make for my transition colour because I want it to be nice and warm toned, because I always think those shades work the best. Now this is the only thing about me wearing false eyelashes, is because they totally get it when I am wearing eyeshadows, which is a bit of a pain. So yeah, I'm just going to blend that out. It's really red looking on camera, but it's not actually quite as dramatic as this. And we're just going to just blend that right out. try and make it look as if there's literally no line. But we don't want to see this really harsh line here, so just try to blend that into nothing. Right, and then I'm going to go in with my little Real Techniques brush, and this one is the base shadow brush. I find it really big and fluffy, so it's really good for blending. And I'm then going to build that colour up in the crease using this shade here, which is 1 up from the bottom, 3 in. And I'm just going to go into the crease and just try and start building that up. I only do like maybe about 3 shades to try and build up, because 1, I don't have time, and 2, I don't have time. That is literally the only reasons. I just don't have time, plus I've probably not got the skills to go in using like loads of different colours. I literally just do 1 big transition colour, 1 kind of medium one, which is this, and then a darker one, and then I maybe put something on the lid. So yeah, not crazy amounts of colours going in here. I'm using like 2 or 3, which means you can actually recreate it super easy on your own. I'm now going to take that underneath the lash line as well, just to kind of blend that one out. Okay, so I'm going to leave that as that just now. I will blend it out a little bit more using my initial big fluffy brush, just to make sure we don't have any lines. And then I'm going to go back in with a darker shade, which is the one in the very bottom corner. Again, just taking a little bit, just literally tapping in, and we're just going to build up the crease a little bit more. Okay, so I've just come off camera, matched up my other eye, and also done my brows. If you want to know what I used in my brows, I've been doing something a bit different recently. I've been using the darkest shade on my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit, because it's so dark and it blends in really easily and it dries down really well. So I've done that, and then matched up my other eye so that they're both looking the same. Next, what I'm going to do is go in with my base colour, which is going to be Peaches by Peaches and Cream. Now, this is a company that are in Essex, I'm sure, and they do the most amazing eyeshadows. So these little pigments, you can use them for anything. You can use them for eyeshadows, as highlighters, basically anything that you want. So they're just in these little pots, and it's like loose pigment. So this one is called Peached, and I'm going to put that across my lid. And then also to keep that in place, I've got the Peaches and Cream glitter base, so I'm going to pop that on first, and then I'm going to pop on that pigment. And while that's quite tacky still, I'm going to just take a little bit of that pigment and put it in a lid so that I don't start like using the entire bloody pot. So I'm going to put that in the lid and just tap it into my brush like this, and then just whoop, put that on my lid. Here goes. At this point, I want to go back in with my eyeshadow palette and just darken up that outer crease and blend that in nicely, because it's a bit stark just now. I wanted to blend in a bit more. So I'm going to go back in with that initial colour, so that kind of like reddish orangey tone, and I'm going to go back on my crease and bring it actually onto the Peaches pigment that I've just used, so that it blends a bit nicer. And then we'll go in with the darkest colour again, just tap in lightly, and then I'm going to buff all of that up towards my brow bone. Okay, so I'm going to go off camera, wing my eyeliner out, do a little bit of mascara on the bottom lashes, and I'll be back to do lips and highlight. Okay, so liner and mascara is done, but before I go any further with like any lips or highlighter, I'm going to set all this just now, just again using that setting spray that I did in the beginning. You can use this to prime and also to set, so I just love it. I like using it all day long, and it makes my makeup last forever. And just let it dry down. And then I'm going to go on and use my Bobbi Brown lip liner. This is in the colour True Pink, and I am going to zoom you in so you can see. Man, that little spot, that will serve me right for not taking my makeup off. So I like to just draw that in as well, so that it's not quite as harsh. And then I'm going to take my absolute favourite just now, which is MAC Modesty. Everyone's been asking me what lip colour I've been wearing, and this is the one. So this is a cream sheen one, Modesty. It's like a lovely kind of natural pinky, browny, shimmery, glossy, gorgeous lipstick. I love it. It's so nice for every day, and I think I'm actually going to wear this in my wedding lipstick as well. I love how nice and glossy that is. So now I'm going to go in and do a little bit of highlighter. Now I've been using two just now, and my favourite one at the moment is actually from Primark, and it's the Pure Glow highlighter. Now this was £3 and I've got it in the colour Champagne. I'm just going to take my little peaches and cream brush. This is in the number PC18, so it's like a nice big fluffy brush, but I find it really good for doing like kind of like spotted highlighting. So I'm going to kind of strobe down this side with the highlight. And then I'm going to take a little bit on the end of my nose as well. Now because that is quite goldeny, I'm going to go over it with my Illamasqua OMG Beyond Powder Highlighter. And then I'm also going to take a nice fan brush. This is another one by Peaches and Cream. And I'm going to just take that just above my brows there, on the side of my temple. Then finally I'm going to go in and use some blusher. I've got this Revolution palette and it's just got such lovely shades of pink on, but I'm really liking this kind of muted one at the top mixed with this one here, which is a bit more like a Dolly Mix pink. So I'm going to just blend them two together and then shake it off and just go on the apples of my cheeks. And I'm just going to make sure that my neck is all nice and bronzed up so we match in. Then lastly, to make sure it lasts all day, I'm going to use my All Nighter by Urban Decay and just spritz this all over my face. And that's me done. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my new sort of glam everyday makeup. If you want to know anything that I use, I will link it for you so you can go and purchase it if you really like it. Please let me know if there's any other makeup videos you would like me to do, because I actually really enjoyed doing this one. And yeah, leave me a comment on what you think about it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you on my next video.